Said this before. I want NatCon to be the change catalyst for you. And you say, how many life-changing catalyst experiences can you have? As many as you want. As many as you want. Here's the crazy thing. Low performers, people that get nothing done in their life, they think that you and I are the only one that have these life-defining moments. They think you and I are the only ones that have these experiences that are catalysts in our life and move us. They think we're the only ones. They think it don't happen to them, but it does. You can have a life-altering experience anytime you choose. And so that's what I want NatCon to have been for you. I want it to be a life-altering experience. I want it to be the catalyst that sends you to partner. But here's what we've got to do. We can't just come out of NatCon feeling good, feeling inspired, feeling encouraged, feeling educated. We have to execute. So here's real simple what I want you to do. Go ahead and get a sheet of paper out, type it in the notes on your phone, however you want to do it. But what we've got to have is 3 columns. And what we're going to list are the changes we're going to make. Here's how it works. Here's the change I'm going to make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then here's why I'm going to make it. Then here's what I'm going to sacrifice to make room for the change. See, that's the thing. That's the thing people miss. That's right now. What is it? January 24th? That seems right. Yeah, that seems right. I promise you, parking spots are readily available at every gym around you. Why? Because people gave up. And you know, one of the biggest things people miss when they try to make a positive change is this. You can't add something new without taking something out. And one of the things I always encourage people to do, especially during life changes, you know, like Hutch with a new baby, right? Batman with a new baby, right? What sacrifices will you make? In other words, when you add something, you've got to take something out. Because you hear these stories and low performers love these stories. They love them. Oh my God, they love them. You know, they love to tell a story about a guy that built a big business, made all kinds of money, but he lost his family, but he lost his health. They love those stories. Why? Because it makes it okay for them to do nothing. But here's the deal. The business growth did not cause that. The problem is he made the wrong sacrifices. And the problem is if we're not on purpose with this, we'll make the wrong sacrifices a lot of time. We'll sacrifice those healthy things. I saw Beal working out at National Convention, him getting up early and going to the gym. Dude, I was like, I guess I got to be better. But you see what I'm saying? Like you can build a big business and keep all the important stuff, but you've got to be on point with your sacrifice. So change I'm going to make, why, and sacrifice. As I'm having my guests talk, I want you to think about what you heard this weekend. They may even occur something to you that you didn't hear. That's why I wanted to do this today, because you know what? It takes all our ears to hear all the information. You're going to hear something I won't. Diana Castile's going to hear something I didn't. And Mimi's going to hear something you didn't. But if we share, then we can bring it together. We can come up with a list of 5 serious changes we're going to make. I'll tell you one of mine right off the top. I'm spending more time in depth coming out of National Convention. That's the change. It's change. It's in place. Holly and I talked about it. We got a plan. We know why. We know what we're going to give up. That's what we're going to do. So that's a perfect example, right? That's the kind of stuff I want you to think about. Let's see. Let's go first to my buddy, Sam Howard. Sam, brother, you had a glow about you at convention, man. I'm just telling you, when I see people like that, I'm going, that's the guy that's going to make some changes. You could just see it. You could just see it on your face, brother. I could see I could see it. So here's what I want to hear. I want to hear some of those things from you. What did you take away from convention? What changes are you going to make? Why are you going to do it? And what are you going to do going into family reunion, brother?
Can you hear me loud and clear, Stephen? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So
we can't hear you, Sam.
Oh, Diana said she can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Oh,
that was on our side. Never mind. You're good, brother. That was us.
Awesome. Well, first off, first time ever being on the Davies call. So thank you, Davies. This is a huge honor. Like Brandon always says, I don't take this lightly to talk to the team, to be around such great winners. First off, we have absolutely the best team, Davies Nation, guys. From everywhere we go, we should be number one always. it's crazy when we're not number one. We have so many superstars. We have so many just top people. It's crazy. And young people coming in, I got to give a huge shout out to Keith Brown. It's my guy. He's got 5 girls already under him. Robert Romo was at a national convention. Dude's already going to be agency manager by national convention. But past all that, I'm so fired up. I've only had about 10 hours of sleep since probably Thursday. I woke up at 1:30 at California to fly out. Time change. I don't know left and right, but I'm so fired up. Big takeaways I took from it. I took a lot of big takeaways. I talk a lot with Brandon Beal. I use him as my big mentor. And he always tells me, watch the people when they're talking. Watch Tim Goad. Watch Davies. Watch how they are. So that was a big takeaway. I really took initiative to try and study you guys. How you guys are looking at people, talking, jokes, just like how you're knocking on the bottom. I was a student at my finest. This is the first convention. I really wasn't just like, yeah, I was focused in. Another big thing I'd take away was my biggest thing was the Mark Garcetta. He did a lot of crazy good things he did with the sorting. I have a lot of friends and sometimes I hold on to them a little bit like, why wouldn't you want to do this? This is like a no-brainer, but hey, sort it. Leave them alone. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You got the information. You're going to join eventually because that's what everyone seems to do. That's cool. I'll be patient with it. So I'm getting better at the sorting and not holding on to people saying no. Another big thing that Mark said, probably the biggest thing I took away, because me personally, I've struggled with my family being okay with this. I'm the youngest of 6. My dad owns his own business, yet he teaches us like a poor dad. He wants us to get our education, go get a job. Every time I'm doing this, my parents are always all like, you can be a teacher. I was like, that I can. I really can. I appreciate that, parents. But so like with Mark Arcetta, he had that big old deep talk with us about how his parents really just were like not for it. And I think that's a big reason I've been having a bit of a struggle through this company is I've just been kind of leaned onto that. And just hearing him say like, it's your own life, you're going to do it. And then a few years later, they're going to be like, I apologize. You were right. We should have trusted you from the beginning. So that was another big takeaway. My final big takeaway, there's so many, but I got another bunch of great agents that want to be talking. Doc Rock, when he said there's a lot of people buried with pennies, that means they're not dying empty. And what he means by that is he wants you to live every day as full as you can. There's no reason to be lazy. Wait for Monday again. Wait for tomorrow. Start now and go. Live your life as hard as you can, as full as you can. Because when you die, you want to die empty. You want to die with all this potential and be like, I had a lot of potential. Be like, potential ain't nothing if you're not using it. So those were a lot of big takeaways. I can go on and on and on and on. I've got notes probably for 3 days. And so big changes I'm going to be making is activity. I've been doing a lot more activity, recruiting like crazy. Just instead of like letting these little gaps go, I'm going after it hard. I need my activity to go more. My change are no more TV at night. I'm adding in the reading and recruiting. In the mornings, I'm up at 5 a.m. If I'm not doing my workout, then I'm gonna be on the phone already talking to my agents out in Greensboro. So activity is a huge thing for me because I'm not the best agent first, and I just want to keep going and going and going and get better. Scheduling, that's another thing. Stephen always talks about the good old schedule. If it's in your schedule, you will do it. That is something I am implementing now because, and that the change, the sacrifice is going to be the freedom of, well, maybe I'll go to the gym right now. And then maybe I'll start the dials at 11 and feel my way into the act instead of acting my way into the feel. And so that's the biggest change for me. And that's going to be I think that's going to be the biggest difference right there is putting in a schedule and then just sticking to it. Going into family reunion, we're going to be some scary people in there. Our goals, we're going for about at least 25 people in seats. We think we can get 50. It's in Reno. I'm from California. We're going to be having some vans travel from Apple Valley. There's no apples in Apple Valley, but we'll be traveling from there heavy. Production by then, we want about 50K a month. I think we could do it. I got some really sharp people on me. They're hiring like crazy. They're not asking. They're just going straight in and doing the activity. Whatever they hear from Davies, Patzer, Soto, they're not questioning it. They're just going straight to it. And that I'm so proud of Keith and Romo and Anel, Lindsay, Adriana, Reddy, Sonia, all you guys. So amazing. By then, I also have the trip one. I've got about $1 million in annuities that I will have done in these next couple of months. And I got about 480 already done. I'm going to be doing 20 grand a month all the way up to there. So RM is the absolute, if I'm not RM, you'll see me on the side of the road because that's the only reason I'm not making RM. So yeah, I'm beyond fired up. My brain's going like this because I'm just ready to go.
Love it, brother. I love it. The schedule, schedule's one of those things. It's not fun to talk about. Like, it's not like ooh, that's an interesting subject. Let's talk about schedule. But dude, it's so vital. It's so vital. I'm so glad you're making that change. I agree with you. Let's be number one. Let's dominate. Let's dominate Reno. Let's put Riddle on notice that he will not be the top hierarchy in Reno like he was the top hierarchy in Burlington. I love it. Let's go, brother. And that's smart. So here's the way you look at time zones. You can recruit in the East early. If you're in the East, you can recruit in the West late, right? Take advantage of that stuff. I love it. So proud of you, man. I can't wait to see you walk across stage and get that regional manager ring. I can't wait, dude. I'm telling you, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun in Reno to see that happen. We're going to celebrate. I love it. Proud of you, brother. All right, let's go now to Diana Castile. Diana, you had a crew there. I know you've been investing in recruiting. You're asking great questions. So similar things. Just want to hear a few things from you. What were some of your big takeaways? What can we look for from you going into family reunion?
I'm telling you what, first of all, thank you for having me on the call. As always, I appreciate it and I'm honored. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, there were, like Sam, I got notes on my phone, I got notes on my iPad, I got notes on a notebook, like my hand is tired from writing so much. But one of the biggest things that was said is that procrastination is the assassination of motivation. And like that, for me, was such an important thing because, you know, in this industry, we're all pretty good salespeople. And so we can sell ourselves on a lot of bull crap. Guilty party. And so when they talked about where am I letting the distraction get in the way of my success, learn from your mistakes and your mentors, that was such a key piece to me, because they also followed talking about being prepared and the 3 steps of the 3 P's for winning. And so really being able to do that that analysis, and Marcusetta talked about it later as well, on the tools to help you reach your potential: self-awareness, vision, meditation to focus your thoughts, perseverance, positive attitude, and environment. Like all of those things resonated so deeply with me because I am, for those of you that know me, I got like 9,000 children, and that my focus has always been trying to figure out a good balance for that. But the reality is they all grown. They don't need my help. And I'm not helping them by not continuing to set an amazing example for them on living up to my full potential. And there was a point made that the attitude has to come before the paycheck. And so, what are we going to do? How are we going to act if somebody says this or somebody says that? Because Marcus said some will, some won't. So what? And that also is really key, because we can't continue to let ourselves, get bogged down, by somebody else and oh, I really want you to do this or no, and we don't have time for that anymore. And so, I've started, yesterday and today, because I was still doing calls and taking some sales appointments in the afternoon, doing some interviews and stuff this morning. Got on the phone with Adam, increasing our budget for recruiting, and been on the phone with key people that are also moving within our organization. So making sure of where I'm spending my time and my energy. And I really learning that red button. I actually used the red button today and thought my daughter was going to lose her whole mind because she was like, I know you didn't just send me the voicemail. Yep. Get used to it because it's a brand new day. If it's not an income producing activity during that time on my schedule, that you can't have that time. And that was such a huge thing, is because if we're not using those tools that they shared with us on reaching our potential and not getting distracted and learning from our mistakes, then we're just going to continue to stay stuck where we're at. And I'm so fired up. I'm so excited. I was excited with the people that were, that showed up with us. I've gotten calls and had conversations with all the people that were there with us this weekend, as well as some of the ones that weren't able to make it. And I've got my block of tickets. I've got a block of tickets that I purchased for my team because, Stephen is right. I had that conversation with Holly when I was there. And so, you know what, we're all in. We are 100% in. I thought, my husband his feelings was hurt because he had to go to the doctor today, but his doctor's appointment wasn't on my schedule. So he went by himself. So, it's really becoming very intentional and making sure that we're making the priorities when they need to be, and not, giving ourselves reasons on I can still do this or I need to do that. No, I am committed to working this business like a business. Steven's been saying to me, forever. It's like, if you were still at Cracker Barrel, would they be able to do this, or could you do that? And that's where I'm at. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. I cannot wait to get on that stage. I sat and talked to Olga Mathis and was, about their recruiting and looking at her new bling. And you know what? I am about that flashy, cashy, spashy. So I need that ring. I'm gonna do it just because I want the jewelry. That's some nice jewelry, y'all.
Have that ring, Diana.
That's some nice jewelry. Them a lot of diamonds, lots of diamonds.
That new board member ring put my shoulder out. I gotta go to the chiropractor after this. I want you to have that problem.
Everybody got problems, and that's a problem I want to have. I'm going to have that problem. Be like, well, you know what? I guess I'm gonna have to let go of some of this other stuff because the ring is always gonna be there. So
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And I want you to write this down, Diana, because this will help you. And I probably told this to you before, but I'm gonna say it again. When it comes to our relatives, when it comes to people making constant demands on our time, if we acquiesce and we give in and we pull ourselves off our priorities, which you're right, that's the same example I used with Jeremico years ago. If you were at the factory, you couldn't drop everything to take care of everybody else's supposed emergencies. So here's what it is. Misplaced kindness is a form of cruelty. Misplaced kindness is a form of cruelty, meaning that misplaced kindness, when you drop everything because someone else's lack of planning or someone else's supposed emergency, you're teaching them that it's okay to live their life like that. Does that make sense? You're teaching them to live that it's okay not to have priorities. And that's a form of cruelty. Misplaced kindness is a form of cruelty. First time I read that in the book, I was like, oh, that's good. I needed that. And when I read it, it's funny how when you're reading, you get the stuff you need. I needed that at that time. Thank you so much for sharing. I can't wait to see you get your ring too. All right, let's go. Mimi, let's get you on. You were brought on stage because you had a crowd there, and I know you're going to have a crowd in Reno, and I know you've got big plans. So similar things. Come on for a few minutes here and share what are your big takeaways and what can we look for out of you going into family reunion.
Can you hear me, Stephen?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. Well, thank you for having me on the call. I appreciate it. And well, what did I learn? Man, oh man, everything was awesome. But I have three major things that, like you said before, you heard them, but sometimes you have to hear them multiple times, and it resonates differently when you hear it at the right time. So the sorting, we never really use that word, but Andy always tell me, Mimi, we don't create them, we find them. I thought, oh, that's the same thing Mark is saying in a different way. We don't create them, we find them. So Mark said we sort them. That was huge for me. And I know it's huge for a lot of people. Because when you're recruiting, you're always trying to, to make them, create them. Oh yeah, maybe if I motivate them enough, they will do it. Yeah, so no, you're wasting time. Let's move on. So that's huge for me. The other thing that was huge for me is what Nick Greco did with how to promote, not just announce it. How do you sell people on the event? And why is it good to do that? How it's beneficial for them, not just for them, but for you and all that, and how to show them, because we always say it. It's like we announce it, but promoting it and selling it to them and show them how it's beneficial for them, that's huge. Now I feel like we're moving, not just telling people to recruit, but we're showing them how to do it and showing people how to promote the event. That's huge for me. I learned it there. I'm like, I'm doing it while I'm there, texting everybody. So my other thing, Stephen, is something you've always told me, and I've been working on it throughout the years, is set up your support system. When I saw Megan Wood with 5 people on stage that work for her, I was going crazy. You can ask Adam, he will tell you. I said, Adam, what the heck? Megan has 5, not 4 people. She got 5 people working for her. That was it for me, because I'm like, there's nothing she's doing I can't do, right? She's good at what she does, but she got nothing in her that I don't have in me. Why am I not doing it? Why is she at convention selling 30 policies while she's there? But you know what? She sells a crop load of insurance. She has the cash flow. And then she's hiring people she's setting up her own support system. That's what I'm about to do. If again, Stephen, I want to give you a huge shout out. I know you don't ask for it or anything, but I feel obligated to do it because you doing something for us. I don't know if the whole alliance is doing it. Making your people available to help us. We have Omar to help train our people. Omar, I'm gonna overload you with people. I have a lot of people coming from licensing. I'm gonna send them all to you to train them for me. Thank you for doing that, Stephen, and having Adam to help us with putting ads and recruiting and all these things. That's huge. That's you not just telling us, but you teaching us and you giving us the way to grow. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. It's not just love, but love in action is huge. I appreciate it. And those guys are always there for us. Like after I saw that whole Megan Wood thing throughout the whole convention, I've been bugging Adam about everything. Hey Adam, can you put an ad for me? I'm gonna hire a full-time assistant, a full-time. I have an assistant already, but I'm gonna do a full-time assistant, a full-time recruiter. There's no reason why if Megan has 3, I can't have 1 for now, and then build to it. So that's what I'm changing, Stephen. I'm gonna sell more life insurance, a whole lot more. I'm gonna be selling more to finance my business more. I already told my kids, hey, we're gonna be rich. And it's not next year. It's this year, Stephen. I'm about to go to lunch with somebody from Aflac. Once upon a time, I used to be an Aflac agent, and I know how hard these people work, and they don't have leads. So I'm fishing, Brendan, like you said, what Diane said years ago at the Carrie's hotspot. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking to people from our ads. I'm talking to people from everywhere, So I'm just looking. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna have 50 people at Reno. And Sam, it's almost like you and I we talked. I am going to rent buses, whatever I have to do. It's on the West Coast, only 1 hour if we fly, so we can drive. I'm gonna go crazy, Steven. Get ready for me to bug you like Megan did with the Leventoviches. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna disturb your dinner with Holly. That's what I'm gonna do. But I'll go, I promise that much. So, hey, thank you, Steven. I appreciate it. That was a life-changing event. I'm really grateful.
I'm so proud of you,
And
Mimi. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I know you're gonna do big things. You've got that fire inside. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, get a bus. Get a bus, bring 50 people, bring 60 people. I love it. It's on the West Coast. That's why I had several of you guys on the West Coast on as guests today, because I was like, hey, we got it out there. Let's dominate. We have the sharpest people on the
that's
West
right.
Coast on our team. That's a
That's
fact. So let's pack
that
that
is
place
true.
out. I'm proud of you, Mimi. And the
Thank you.
training class Mimi talks about for all the new agents, you can put anybody on it you got. It's every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Omar does an hour-long training class from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we showed these on one of the Monday messages we did in the last little while, but there's coursework, there's homework. We will have them equipped by Wednesday to have them on the phone booking appointments Thursday for Friday, Saturday. I mean, that we're going to have them that equipped. Omar does a really, really good job with that. Feel free to utilize it. Someone said, do I have some agents there? No, it's something we're doing and making it available. So I know what I would do if it was me. I would dominate. You know what I'm saying? I would have all my people in that class every week. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. East Coast time. All right, let's go to Jeremico Edwards. Jeremico walked across stage, promoted as a qualified district manager. I know you're also investing. So dude, just same thing. Hit us real quick with some of your big takeaways and what we're going to see coming out of you going into Reno.
All right, cool. Thank you, Stephen. Man, oh man, it was good seeing you this weekend. I just found out how strong Stephen was on Saturday when he picked me up on stage. I was like, what the world? So don't let Stephen fool you. Don't let Stephen fool you, man. That man got some muscle. I'm like, man, you picked me up, you the man. So man, that was awesome, man. A lot of love from you and Holly. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And we are going to help you get the partner. You know, I had a lot of takeaways, a couple things. So I'm going to split this up because one thing I know about my production is okay. It's okay. It's not $900,000 like Megan or $700,000 like Mark Hutchison, but I make pretty decent money. And so the things I took away from production will help me to be more effective, right? So you can run the same appointments, but the more effective you become, you make more money in the same time. So I was just on the edge of my seat when I was listening to Mark Hutchison and Megan Wood on Sunday. I was on the edge of my seat. And then Mark, he covered some of the recruiting stuff. So Mark and Nick Greco, I'll cover them after the production. But on the production side, a couple of my takeaways was when Mark was saying, you grab the policy while I go to the bathroom. Now, I heard it before, but Mark's conviction on that, you grab the policy and go to the bathroom, and he said, you have to go to the bathroom because they don't want you just sitting there, or either they won't get up. So you have to get up and do something. And it's like a sign to help them to move and get the policy. So I'm going to start implementing that immediately. Like that's going to help my business go up. As well as Mark mentioned about being duty bound to look at what you have. And so I'm really good at getting people to bring their policies out, but I can get more people to do it, right? And so in my mind, I have to change my mindset that I'm duty bound, just like Mark taught from stage. And I'm duty bound to find out what you have to see what I can do for you. All right. And the next thing is, he said, anyway, okay. So going forward to Megan. So Megan, she tells a story and then she nods her head and says, isn't that great? Now, I'm not going to say it like her, but I'm going to tell more stories in the field. And I'm going to go, isn't that good? You like that? That's a good setting, right? That's a good thing for this person, right? See, so it's just a psychological thing that she does. And I know it goes over a lot of people's head, but if you look at somebody making that type of money in production, little things like that is what's going to make you the money. And so, so that's what I got on the production side. So those are the things I'm going to implement immediately, and it's going to triple my business. It's going to triple my production this year. So on the recruiting side, one of the things I took from Mark is, again, Mimi said it about how we have to sort through people. And what that did for me was it took out the stress of recruiting. I mean, there's a certain stress that you have with recruiting. All of mine was coming with trying to change people. So now I know I can help a person that wants to change, but I can't change people. And so what Mark said took the stress off me, and now I just have to sort through people. So like if the apple was green, and he was talking about how 8-year-old, if you tell them to pick up red apples, then they can pick up red apples. But why do we as adults, we try to pick up a green apple and wish it to be red, or hope and pray that it turns red? Or if you give this green apple training, it'll change its color red. And it's like, I felt the stress come up off me when he said that, you know, and I've been doing this business for 10 years. And it's like this weekend, I felt that aha moment, like, you know what? I need to find more people to sort through them. Because if you don't have enough people, you can't sort through them. Like if I'm not talking to enough people, I'm not sorting enough. So I have to talk to more people. And then another thing, what Nick Greco was saying, this is a big deal. This is a game changer, what I'm gonna get ready to say. So Nick Greco, he said, to get more people to convention, you just say the convention people who go to convention will make 10 times more. Do you want to make 10 times more? If you put it to them like that, it's a no-brainer. Who would say no? So if you're going to make 10 times more for doing something, that takes away all the excuses. So if a person says, I don't have money, that's why you need to come to convention. If a person say, I can't get there, okay, well, just understand you're going to make less money. And so you kind of put the ball in their court when you say you're going to make more money by going to convention, as opposed to talking about how awesome the convention is. Now you can still do that, but I used to just do that. But now it's like you can make more money if you go to convention. And it's like that simple thing right there was a game changer for me. So that took the stress. So again, that took the stress off of trying to figure out what to say to people to get them to convention. It's like, just tell them they're going to make more money. Simple. So my goal, Stephen, we're definitely going to be VP. We're definitely going to be running around 100,000 easily come June. Like with the people I got now, plus the people we're going to meet, and like Mark was saying about building leaders under leaders, and Paul Roberts was saying how you can't do it by yourself. Like you have to find other leaders to recruit. So with that being said, $100,000 VP by June, and we're going to have 100 people guaranteed in Reno, Nevada. Like there's no reason why we can't have 100 people. It's nothing to have 100 people. Heck, the place holds 1,500. When Nick Greco had everybody stand up who had 100 people, I'm thinking like, what 100 people? Why not? If I recruit and I find 3 other people who can recruit, we can easily get to 100 people. So I just got to find a couple leaders over the next 2 months, and then we'll have 100 people like that. So man, and also calling lists. So if I call lists and I'm sorting through people and I'm finding leaders, we'll have 100 people guaranteed. So I bought 10 tickets. I'm going to buy 10 more. Now that you just said, I was trying not to be greedy, but I'm gonna mess around and buy 10 more. And man, I'm so fired up. I'm so focused. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Nick Greco, for changing this business. Like that was the best convention I've ever been to. That was the best knowledge I've ever gotten. So thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Love you.
Dude, I love you too, man. I'm so proud of you, brother. And hearing you say 100, I wish we had we got pretty high def here, but I don't know that you can see the goosebumps I got. Just to hear you voice that, because you would never have said things like that in the past, brother. I'm so proud. You get 100 people. Me and Riddle had 162 people. And his income is about 85,000 a month in overrides. You can't beat whoever has that many people at convention will have that income. So you VP 100 people at convention, then the last half of 2022 is going to be insane in your world, brother. I'm so proud of you, man. Great to see you again. Likewise, brother. Let's kill it. Let's kill it. Oh, and Jeremico, I am what they call sneaky athletic. So I can pick people up that you may not think I can pick up. All right, let's go to the best dressed man at the convention. Nay, the best dressed man in North Carolina last week, period, I think. Bill, your dress game is just, I feel like I'm fighting above my weight. But before you talk, I want to brag on you. I want to brag on you to your face, because I've been bragging on you in private. You posted something I saw about I missed some goals recently and I've decided that I'm going for it all. Dude, that's what winners do. Low performers, when they miss a goal, they'll just sit and pout for 3 months, 6 months. Heck, some of them pout till they die. But winners use it as fuel. Don't get me wrong. I get ticked off when I miss a goal. I get ticked off when I miss a promotion. I get ticked off, but then I go, oh, never again, baby. So that's what winners do, brother. I want to brag on you to you. I'm proud of you, man. It was great to see you and Ashley. And it's on the West Coast. Well, it's not quite the West Coast, but it's close, man. So I'm looking forward to what you guys do, what you guys bring to National Convention. I'm going to turn it over to you for a few minutes, brother. Light us up.
Sweet. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Sam Howard kind of stole my intro. I don't take this for granted. And I do thank you and Holly. It was good to see everybody, man. Man, major shout out to my man Ed Soto too. Without him, I couldn't find my socks and shoes, seriously. But I need to address something real quick, and that was the Band-Aid that I was wearing, or Band-Aids I was wearing at the convention. So real quick backstory, I was actually picking up one of my suits that you were talking about from my tailor. And literally on my way into the door, I'm getting out of my car. I take one step in, I don't know, I kind of got dizzy or lightheaded or whatever you want to call it. And the next thing I know, man, I am waking up on the ground on this side of my face, in a puddle of my own blood. I mean, I have, you probably can't see most because of my facial hair, but thank God. But yeah, scarring everywhere, gashes everywhere. I mean, you can literally see the meat underneath the skin. You know what I mean? So I actually cracked one of my molars, actually my wisdom tooth, that I still need to get extracted. I got to get that taken out. So that's the story behind the Band-Aid. I had to get a CT scan to make sure I didn't have a concussion. Had to go to the dentist to, and this is right before right before our flight, the day before our flight. And I had to get a CT, had to get an X-ray, had to do all this other stuff at the doctor, at the dentist, blah, 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 right? But everything's cool. I'm fine. I don't know what happened. They think I'm malnourished, even though I'm 6'5", 280. They think I was dehydrated, even though I'm 180 pounds of water. I don't know, right? It was a freak accident. But I say that to say this. A lot of people, I don't think anyone on here, because we have warriors on here, but a lot of people would have used that as an excuse not to get to the conference. A lot of people use it as an excuse not to go on their appointments, not to make phone calls, okay? Not to make your recruiting calls. I always go back to sports, man. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles in the game, okay? And they're carrying him off the floor and said, hey, man, we need to get you x-ray, surgery, blah, 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 all this other stuff. He goes, I can't. I got 2 free throws I got to shoot. I don't know if any of y'all have ever broken a bone, tore an ACL, tore an MCL, tore an Achilles. I had a brother tear an Achilles and watched him go through that. That's no fun. But the man said, I still got 2 free throws to make. That's the heart of a warrior. That's the heart of a champion. That's the heart of a man not making excuses. I could have said, babe, we got to cancel this flight. Instead, we pushed our flight back a day, which is why we were a day late getting in, because I had to do all this stuff to make sure I was okay. And my mom was pissed off at me, but whatever. But also I made a promise to my people. I had people there. I had teammates there that were counting on me. Okay. I can't not double negative. I can't not show up and they're there and just, hey, Ed, hey, Steven, hey, Andy, will you make sure you take care of my people for me? I can't come. I have an injury. I may have a concussion. I have a broken tooth, I can't do that. That's not in me. You know what I mean? I made a promise to my people that I'm going to be there. Damn it, I'm going to be there. Okay. So again, that's addressing the Band-Aid and just not making excuses. Unlike everybody else, and nothing against everybody else, Steven, and everybody who spoke, but I'm not fired up. That's just me. I'm not excited. I'm actually the opposite. I'm the flip side of that coin. I operate a little bit differently. I see people going partner like Paul and Tamara, Fitz and Heather, Andy and Jane, right? I see you as board member, you and Holly. I see Jason and Olga Mathis as board members. I don't like it. That's just me. I love that you're winning, but I want to be winning too. Okay. Or winning better. You know what I mean? So I'm not excited. I'm angry at myself because I'm not where I want to be. Okay. And there are some things that need to change. And one of the things that I've already implemented is being there for my people. They call me, I pick up. They text me, I text right back. They email me, I email right back. They have a question about this, that, and the other, I'm answering it. Or I'm finding someone who has that answer. Okay. Like I have to be there for them. That's one of the key things that I'm starting to do more of, as opposed to putting it off for an hour, putting it off for a day. No, they need me. I tell everyone, if you're on my team and you're in my care, my job is to make sure you're taken care of. My job is to make sure you're not only putting food on your table, gas in the car, and keeping the lights on, but it's also to make sure you can take that vacation with your 4-year-old. You can put your kids in that private school. You can go and buy that new house or that new car. I make that promise to every single person. I fast track, contract, all the way up to their first direct deposit. That's my promise. And if that promise is not upheld, that's on me. That's not your fault, that's my fault. So I need to do more. One of my biggest takeaways, again, I kind of just mentioned it a second ago, is partnership. That is all it's like laser beam focus, y'all. Like that is it. Now I understand there's levels you have to attain and work your way up before you can get there, but damn it, that's what I'm focused on. Yeah, I love going to the gym. I love trying to stay fit, get fit, whatever you want to call it. That's minute compared to partnership. You know what I mean? Like that is my focus. And I know that I need to recruit even more. 12 fast tracks in a week, it's not enough. If you saw it, I didn't have any contracts and I didn't have anyone enrolled in licensing. It's not good enough. You know what I mean? So I need to recruit like a maniac, but even more so than recruit, there are people who recruit like maniacs, but they don't turn those recruits, and not turn them into production, but help them get production, help them get paid. It's not enough to just recruit people. You have to be there, like I said before, for your people. And that's something that I've been taking way, way, way more seriously. I do a lot of interviews a week, and a lot of people come from other insurance agencies or 3-letter IMOs or 4-letter IMOs that want to join us and join our group for the mere fact that they're going to have someone just take a phone call, help them get trained, answer an email, go through contract, whatever it is. They can't get help. So if I can offer them something as small as answering the doggone phone, they may love me forever. I don't know. I think I'm a likable dude. You know what I mean? Like I think they're gonna love me a little bit. So it's just amazing what you can accomplish if you're going to show up for people, right? We will be hitting regional manager qualified this month. We will be qualified regional manager. But again, that doesn't excite me because I missed national manager in December. Literally by 12 midnight going to the 1st of January, missed it. Still not happy about it. Okay. Missed 40,000 in production by a half a policy. Not happy about it. Okay. Regional manager, awesome. I'm tired of this agency manager ring anyway. I need a new ring, right? Throw this one away or give it to somebody else and get a new one. Get my board member ring. But my goal, Stephen, in the next 5 months, man, is doubling. Going from RM literally up to VP. I'm shooting for EVP, missing with VP. Shooting for EVP, missing with VP. Okay. 100,000. I want to have 100 people, in Reno. But I know in order to do that, we need to sell 200 tickets. I'm using the 50% rule, just slice it right in half. Because that's exactly what happened at NatCon. We had 22, 23 tickets sold, and I was actually fired up, excited. And I had half of that show. I'm so grateful to the men and women who showed up, they were attentive, they were taking notes, they were asking good questions, they were getting around leaders. It was awesome watching them all bond together for the first time. It's kind of like being a dad. I'm not a dad yet, hopefully someday soon, but like it was kind of watching your kids get together and playing nice. You know what I mean? I know it sounds weird, but that's how I felt. I felt like dad watching his kids get along. You know what I mean? So I know we need to sell 200 tickets in order for that to happen. You can't miss conventions, y'all. You just can't. Another takeaway, Mark Aceta, also Terry mentioned it, and I heard it, I can't remember, I heard it 3 times. That was 2. There was another time on another call somewhere where you can't have ITC. You can't have the I'm too cool syndrome, disease, plague. You ain't too cool to come to conference. You ain't too cool to read books. You ain't too cool to listen to a podcast. You ain't too cool to be on this Zoom call. Like, who are you? Who are we? I'm not too cool to be on this Zoom call. Steven asked me. Yep, I'll do it. I'm not too cool to be on this call. You know what I mean? The only person I think who's too cool to be on this call is Brian Adams. That's it. That's because he's worth $8 billion. You know what I mean? You never know what you're going to hear when you need to hear it. There's things that I heard last convention, at last family reunion, that Andy said that really stuck out to me. And it's going to sound kind of contradictory, Stephen, so bear with me. You will get this. I'm trying to put it politically correct, man, but I might just have to say it because Andy doesn't always. Anyway, he says, I don't care, ain't my life. I don't care, ain't my bank account. It's contradictory because it's like, I want to be there for my people, but it's hard to be there for someone who don't want you there. So it's like, I don't care. I care, but I don't care. I care because I love all people, black, white, brown, tall, short, skinny, not skinny. But if you can't pick up my phone call, if you can't do your course 105 anti-money laundering, I can't help you. I want to, but I can't. The more time I spend with you doing that, I'm taking away time from somebody like a Diana Castillo or Jeremico Edwards or Mimi Romero, the people y'all just heard speak, like a Sam Howard. Major shout out to you, Sam. I appreciate what you were saying, brother. I love you. Let me know if you want to do a hierarchy switch. I'll fight it out with Evan. Give him 50 grand for you. You're worth more than that though. But yeah, man, those are my biggest takeaways, y'all. I'm sorry if it was a little bit more on the dark side. That's just how I'm built. Not that I'm built any better than anyone. I'm not better than anyone here. I promise you I'm not. We all have something within us. We all have our own superpower, right? It's just up to you to go out there and figure out what it is and then actually use it and use it to your ability. God gave each one of us a gift, but if he sees you're not using that gift, I promise you he will take it away. I don't know if you ever heard this before, but money is a jealous lover. And if you do not show it the attention it needs, it will find someone else. Thank you, Stephen. I really appreciate that, man.
Dude, thank you so much, Brandon. Thank you for your example. Thank you for your fire. Thank you for being one of those people that commits to making big moves. You know what I'm saying? Low performers, they're scared. They like to set a goal, and what they do, they hide it in a closet in the corner. That way, if they don't hit it, nobody knows.
Yeah.
But not you. You're putting it out there, dude. I love it. I can't wait to watch you go EVP. I can't wait to watch you go board member, brother. I can't wait to watch you go partner. That is going to be a crazy epic party when you go partner, brother. I'm just telling you. I'm just get me the date. I will be there. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to burn the city down. We will burn it down.
I love it. I love it. Dude, I'm so proud of you. Holly and I love you and Ashley, and we want you to win. We want you to win more than you possibly know, brother. I'm so proud of you. And I love the stuff you said. And I've been there, dude. I've built it mad and I've built it glad, but I've never built it feeling nothing. Does that make sense? I've come out of events glad and I've come out of events mad, and both helped me build it. So I'm right there with you, man. We build it mad or we build it glad, but we won't build it feeling nothing. So I'm proud of you guys. Here's what I want to end in saying. We've got in front of us until the June family reunion. We've got time. The biggest myth or the biggest mistake we could make is thinking that we got plenty of it, because we don't. Now's the time. Who can we call? Who can we text? Who can we get to convention? Nick is 100% right. If they come, and we ran the numbers. Preston ran the numbers. And if Preston runs the numbers, they're right. He's one of those beavers that Jeff Bright talks about. That's why I've never won an argument with him. As an otter trying to win an argument with a beaver, it just they always win. But he ran the numbers. It's real. People that come to convention always make more money. So we need to get our folks to convention. We've got to do it now, because it will sell out, and then there won't be any more tickets to get. Get you a block of 10 tickets for your people in the future, and then get all the ones you got now signing up to get their own tickets. It is only till January 31st at midnight, and then the price goes up. So let's grab as many as we can. Bill, Jeremico, all you guys, let's grab Soto. Dude, let's grab control of the event. You know what I'm saying? Let's grab control of the event by controlling the tickets, and we'll have the most people there, and you guys will all have breakthroughs. So fired up to watch it happen. I want to promote the fact that we're going to get Marcus Seta on one of these Monday messages in the next little bit. I don't know if you saw me step off camera to check my text. He sent a voice text back to me, so I got to listen to it to see what we're trying to work out one of those Mondays to get him on this call. As soon as we get that, we're going to promote the heck out of that. I would love to try and get it done in the next couple of weeks, but I know he's a crazy busy guy. But dude, He wants to make time for our team because he saw the winners we have on our team. I'm telling you, private conversations with him, he's like, this team, on the big team, but this team in particular, our team, we've got crazy talent. He sees us going massive, massive, massive. So I'm fired up about that. We'll get that word out. Again, I'm in Atlanta on Monday. I'm in Fort Lauderdale on Tuesday, and I'll be in Denver on Wednesday. Let's pack those meetings out. We're booking more travel, guys. I am so excited to get out there. Holly and I love you, and we want you to win, and we want 2022 to be the best year in the history of your family. Let's go.